Hey everybody, it's AP. A few weeks ago, I finished a 2.5-year journey of bringing my R2-D2 to, well, not life, but to at least a full-size scale model. I decided that after 2.5 years, it was about time to actually just finish a phase of this project. And so I built R2, he's static, he lights up. Phase 2.0 is going to be making him fully remote control, but there's kind of an in-between period here. I have a lot of cosmetic things that I want to take care of on him, because when I got to that point where I was nearing the end of getting him to be a full-size static droid, I just wanted to get this project done. It was 2.5 years in the making. So I kind of cut some corners, I rushed a little bit, and there are things that I know as the maker I'm just not satisfied with. So today, or actually over the next several days, I am going to be spending some time chipping off the bucket list of R2-D2 and getting him to version 1.5, the cosmetic changes. So stay tuned, see how I do it here on Made by AP. My R2 has quite a few cosmetic problems. The first thing that you can see is the utility arms are actually being held in place with duct tape. And the duct tape isn't sticking too well to the aluminum. You can also see that some of the panels are just popping off. The VBH tape isn't holding them in. The center vents are crooked just because of the way that I had to mount them. These panels are held on with duct tape, and while the front ones are on all right, the back ones have fallen off. And then there's this gap between the shoulder hub metal and the body. And then you can also see here this gap between the body and the dome. It's way too wide. And then one other problem is the pie panel on the top of the dome are very loose. I have a lot ahead of me to get this to R2 1.5, so let's get cracking. So as you can see, there's a very wide gap here, and it's not supposed to be that wide, but that's pretty much because I have the wrong sized spacer in there. So we're going to just print a new one. Solve that problem right fast. First I have to find my measurement, how many millimeters the gap is. And it looks like it is, okay, so we're at about 10 millimeters. This little space right here. And so what I need to do now is I'm going to take off the dome and I'm going to reprint these guys. Alright, the next thing I need to fix on R2 is his utility arm holders. Unfortunately, so normally you would have a servo holding this in place and then use your remote control to open and close these. Unfortunately, I don't have servos connected to these, and so they're really just kind of sitting in there. I don't know if you can see that. I have duct tape holding them in place, and yeah, kind of jerry-rigged that in place. But the problem is the tape doesn't hold, so it just kind of falls back. So again, I'm going to use the 3D printer to come up with some sort of bracket that will hold, that I can kind of maybe E6000 in place here, so it holds it where I need it. This will be really easy to do on the 3D printer. Alright, so to design the brackets for my utility arms, I'm going to go into Fusion 360. Fusion 360 is a 3D design program. It's free, I believe. I have an education license, and I don't think I ever paid anything for it. It's the only program I've ever used, but I know there's plenty of others out there. I'm just going to make a basic L bracket type of design in this that I will then just glue into the frame of R2. So bear with me as we do this together. All I know about Fusion 360 I learned from the YouTube, so okay. Okay, so first I'm going to create a sketch, and I'm going to select my plane, and I'm going to go create rectangle, center rectangle, and I'm going to make this 20 mil by 10 millimeters. Now, did you see what I did there? I said 20 m, and that made it meters. It should be 20 millimeters. So 20 millimeters, 10 millimeters. Right? Right. Finish sketch. And I'm going to select that sketch that I just did, and I'm going to extrude it. This will give it some dimension. And I'm just going to make it about 2.5 mil. Great. Now I'm going to click on the face again, and I'm going to go to Create, Sketch, and I'm going to do a 2-point rectangle now. And because this is now I'm making the bottom part of my L, I'm going to click on this edge here, go up, and then I just want it to be 2.5 because I want it to be the same as the top part, and it's going to be 10 millimeters wide. Click, enter, return, finish, and so now you see I have this sketch here. So I'm going to click on that. I need to zoom in a bit. Alright. So click on that, extrude, and so I don't have a huge platform to work on, so I think I'm going to make this 15 millimeters. Okay, well now, as you can see, we have a bit of an L bracket. Now, cool, huh? Are you impressed? So, I'm actually going to make this a wee bit taller. So, how do I do that? So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to edit the profile sketch. And I'm just going to click on the 20 mil here, and I'm going to make it 25 millimeters, just to be on the safe side. Finish sketch. All right, and so this piece is solid. That's the piece that's going to hold my, hold it firm. This piece is going to be glued with E6000 glue onto the wood frame. And so what I want to do is, how do I orbit people with my mouse? Oh, well, okay. So I actually want to now do something fun with this guy. So instead of having this just a solid piece, I'm going to add some holes to it so the glue can not only attach itself to the bottom, but then it'll be able to seep out and provide some extra grab to the foot here. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to click on the face again. I'm going to edit the feature. Ooh, no I'm not. No I'm not. I learned my lesson. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to create a sketch because we've been paying attention. And then I'm going to make let's do a circle. Circle? Let's do a center point circle. Ooh. Actually, I don't want to do that. I want to do a, what do we have here? Ellipse. Ellipsoidal. Oh. Ooh, cool. Check that out. Okay, so we're going to do, let's make that 4 millimeter right there. And I'm going to make a Another one. Oh, I have to finish the sketch. Okay, so then I'm just going to click on this, and I'm going to extrude, but I'm going to do a negative actually to get rid of it. So I just actually can click on this. I can make it go forward, and I can make it go back. And so I'm just going to go back, and now it hollows it out. So it's actually, the operation here is cut, and so what that does is it just cuts the shape. Okay, so I've cut my first ellipse there, and so now I'm going to add another one. So I'm going to go click on my face again, click Create Sketch, and I'm going to do another ellipse. Yeah, why not? Let's keep on doing ellipse, just because I like to say ellipse. Okay, let's do one here. Well, I don't want to do that. Actually, you know, let's just do circles. Do one there. Let's do 3. Whoa. Keep on doing meters instead of millimeters. Let's just do this. 2.5 millimeters. Finish sketch. Again, if you know of a better way to be doing all this, please let me know. Because I'm just kind of making things up as I go along. So I'm doing another cut. I've added a nice little hole there. This all just might be overkill, but it let me show you how to make a hole in a 3D printed piece. So now I don't need that. I think I'm done. So I'm just going to save this. We're going to save it as a utility arm holder? No. Bracket. Sure, save. And now we're just going to send it to the 3D printer. 3D print. Okay, I'm saving this as an STL. I'm not doing this on my Biker Scout. This is going to R2. And like I said, it's the utility arm bracket. Okay, and now let's open up Slicer. Let's clear Slicer. Trash, yes. Okay, and then we're going to import our STL. Let's orient it properly. The thing I like about the Prusa slicer is that you can click orientation, and then it gives you different options on how to orient it. I can do it, you know, like that. I can do it like this. Why would I do it like that? I have no idea. But I'm going to go this way because that seems to be the most responsible thing to do. I'm going to add one because I do need 2 of these. I'm going to sort. I'm just using PT, no, I'm using PT, not PLA. And fast because there's no detail needed on this. I'm just going to 5% infill. And actually, you know what? I'm going to do 3 perimeters just to make it a little bit more sturdy. I don't need much infill, but the perimeters do make a nice solid shell. To hold it all tight, I'm going to slice this. Cool, 14 minutes and 5 seconds. Then I'll just export the G-code. And then we'll print that out and we'll install it in R2, and I can get rid of the duct tape holding these utility arms together. Win, right? Right. Okay, so the L bracket is now done, and you can see my little holes in there. And now you can see that white tab. That is the 3D printed piece glued in, and it now prevents the utility arm from falling back. So goodbye duct tape. Alright geekies, that's it for today. We made it about 35% of the way through my to-do list for R2 1.5, which is awesome. Come back next week and you'll see the conclusion of R2 1.5, I hope. Until next time, don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment below. If you're working on an R2, I'd love to hear about it. If you have questions for me, let me know. I've been doing this for about 2.5 years now. It's the project that never ends, and that's just fine. I haven't gotten in trouble yet. So until next time, stop planning and start making. Thanks, everybody.